All right, just getting going here. We should be on the air on Twitter, or online, I should say, on Twitter here, or Twitch, I should say. I don't think Elon Musk would like me being on Twitter any more than I talk about climate change and everything else that goes on. So, Twitch and YouTube, things are starting up here. If you have any questions or any comments, please go ahead and put those into the comments section. We'd love to see more about where you're checking in from. We have been away for a while. I've been on a little bit of vacation junket back to my hometown area of Topeka last week. Very big thanks to Mr. Chip Chapman for filling in for me on that. And thanks to everybody for a very nice welcome back in the last couple of hours since being back here on the job at News 12. Again, for tonight, we've got little, if anything, going on for right now. We're back to weather overtime. We haven't done a weather overtime for nearly a month, but we've had schedule changes and vacations to fill in for and things like that. And when you're a small to medium markets and you don't have enough people for that from time to time, you really have to make certain that everything is, all your ducks are in a row and everything is ready to go on that. So unfortunately, we had to have some scheduling changes, but we're back with you now and giving you the best weather information for the Tennessee River Valley. For those of you, who have never been here before, this is our live video weather feed, Weather Overtime. This is our weather blog, if you want to call it that, and keeping you updated on what's going on with weather across the area. We'd love to be able to know more about where you're checking in from. So again, we've got our Twitch account active and also our YouTube account active. If you'd like to check in and see more about what's going on, drop a comment into the comment section there. Stream chat is enabled on Twitch. We covered this particular area of southeast Tennessee, North Georgia, northeast Alabama, and extreme western North Carolina. So if you're in any of those areas, welcome to the show. It looks like audio is working pretty well at this time on each of our platforms. Don't know why Twitch is continuing to hang up. Unfortunately, we are having some issues there, and I thought I cleared everything, but it could just be the computer system. So we'll assume that Twitch is going at this time until everything is rerouted through. So stay tuned for more on that. Let's go ahead and get started with, again, everything that we can bring you with weather information from this area. Normal high temperature for today is 72. The high temperature today was just shy of 80. That came within 9 degrees of a record high temperature, so very much on the rather warm side out there. The big weather story, of course, is our lack of precipitation, and we are seeing October live up to its title of the driest month of the year in and around this area of the country. So for right now, this is the news that we've got, is that it's exceptionally dry for the month. We did manage to pick up a pretty good dousing when Helene came through. That knocked things down pretty well to where we had a surplus for the month, but still behind for the year. Now we're behind for the month and the year again, so we do not have much going on in the way of rainfall, and our drought situation is not improving anytime soon. So we're kind of stuck with that dry condition out there for now. Thanks to News 12 viewers Navia, I hope I'm saying that right, and Trinity Williams from Trenton. I assume that the marker there is meant for a different pronunciation, so it's either cheese puff or cheese poof. I'm not too sure which one, but either way, an awesomely cute picture starting off our final few days of October with a view of a cute kitten on top of a ceramic pumpkin. From Trenton, that's our Langley Roofing weather window picture of the day. So thanks very much to those of you sending that in. If you've got pictures, we'd love to see them. Please send them in to us at pictures@wdef.com, or drop them to our website, or drop them to our comments section of our social media pages for more information there. And thanks to everybody for sending in some excellent pictures over the last few days, weeks, and months. Some really great opportunities for some pictures out there. Taking a look at getting the kids to school in the morning, it is going to be brisk. Temperatures back in the high 40s, and numbers will improve throughout the rest of the day, well above normal once again, with plenty of sunshine. Temperatures going back into the mid to upper 70s, and again, a little chilly out there, so something to take a look at if you're going to be getting the kids out to the school bus in the morning. So something to think about there for right now. Into the rest of the next couple of days, little if anything really changing. We got a very strong persistence forecast coming on through. 57 at the airport, just over the horizon in this picture from the News 12 camera at CHI Memorial Stadium, and looking across toward where the Chattanooga airport is. That again is the current temperature in Chattanooga. The view you see on the Tomahawk crane and rigging camera is of 2475 Junction in south central Chattanooga. A lot of construction going over on the western side of this area, but as of right now, traffic is moving along pretty well, so not seeing any major concerns for travelers at this time. And temperatures comfortable, not seeing again a lot of very chilly conditions for overnight. Temperatures at the top of the hour as we are just again right at 10 o'clock Eastern time. 50s and 60s showing up. We had some 80s out there earlier on, but not really seeing too much of that anywhere going on for this evening, and temperatures are quite mild across much of the region. 50s and 60s, some 70s showing up over toward the coast. From coast to coast, we do not have much of anything going on in the way of big changes coming up because of the fact that we've got a couple of big domes of high pressure that are sitting across much of the area, and that's doing a good job of keeping things dry, quiet, and stable. High pressure, when you see these blue H's on the map, doing exactly what its name implies, pushing down to the surface and keeping things very much on the stable side. We have a few showers over portions of the area into around the midwestern area, but that's about as much as we've got for right now. There's little, if anything, taking place for the time in the way of rain. We do have a couple of cold fronts coming through, one back to the north that'll be drifting through by about midweek, and then we've got more of another system coming through. Both of those systems will be making their way through the area, and then we will see the potential for not much of anything to change because high pressure has effectively blocked any moisture coming through. So we do not have anything in the way of moisture being spun upwards from the Gulf of Mexico. Very quiet, no tropical systems inbound. We'll take a look at the tropics coming up here in just a little while. The first front arrives Wednesday night into around, say, Thursday morning, and that'll be a dry frontal passage. Now this, the computer model gets very overeager whenever you have a broad, dry, stable area. The computer models take into account the idea of any moisture out there, including clouds, to be the next best chance of rainfall, which is why you see the green area in here. That is where we see the potential of some scattered showers. I don't think it's going to happen because, again, it's just way too light in the way of moisture at this time. Clouds, yes, maybe some. Not much of anything else on that. And by Thursday afternoon, what's left of those basically dissipate, except the clouds will be sticking around here. Now, by Friday, again, high pressure reasserts itself, sticking around, and the next front starts to get a little bit closer to us. That one gives us the best potential of some more clouds going into the weekend. Friday night football looks excellent this week. No problems at all into the area. Excuse me. But again, into the weekend, no chance of rainfall coming up. And again, that will be what we see over the course pretty much of the next several days. So we just do not have much of anything going on that's going to help us out in the way of rainfall. So Island Cove Marina and Resort camera in the background. In the foreground, the 7-day forecast for this area, and not much, again, changing. When you hear about persistence forecasting, some of you out there may think, oh, he made that up just like they made up the polar vortex and freezing fog advisories. They just make that stuff up to get viewers scared and increase their ratings. No, as a matter of fact, we don't. We never have. And I wish people would please stop saying that, along with a whole bunch of other things that aren't true, like weather radars actually make the weather. That is not true. That is not even close to true. Not any more true than roundabouts create more tornadoes. Again, that is, or that the earth is flat. That also is one of those absolutely bonkers ideas out there that keep getting passed around. So please stop passing around stuff that is eminently, patently, provably not true. So again, for tonight, this is what we're looking at. Persistence forecasting at its finest. Hardly anything changing until next week, about Monday into Tuesday. We've only put this chance of rainfall on the forecast because of the fact that we do not have much of anything else out there anytime soon. The short to medium range computer models are not showing much of anything else out there in the way of rainfall coming up. The next best chance of rainfall, it looks like it's going to be late October, as in late October. I'm sorry to say, unfortunately, it shows up right about the time Halloween is heading our direction, and the next best chance after that might be going into and around early November, and that's as good as it gets for right now. So plenty of sun, plenty of dry air. Temperatures remain stable until we cool off by just a little bit here, and then we see numbers rather nice for this time of the year, but no chance of rainfall, and we are stuck with that for the time being. Little, if anything, really starting off anytime soon for right now. So we're just not seeing much of anything changing for us into the course of the next several days. So if you're looking to water your lawn, that's going to be coming from your hose or the garden can sprinkler. Not much of anything else happening. So the American Meteorological Society, which is a professional gathering place now online, it used to be based in Boston, Massachusetts. The American Meteorological Society was established in Boston in what year? And they are big into science, promotion of science, oceanographic, anything paleoclimatological speaking, meteorologically speaking, climatologically speaking, oceanographically speaking. I think I said that, but they are into a lot of stuff like that, being a gathering place for the brightest and best of scientists around the world, not just the United States, but it is for mainly for the American scientific community, with a lot of other folks, members all around the world. When was the AMS established? 1899, 1919, 1949, or 1976? Well, the tie answer was from 1899 to 1919. The actual correct answer was 1919, again in Boston, Massachusetts. Thanks to friendandroofing.com for being our sponsor for the weather poll of the day, and thanks to everybody for checking in and voting. We have a new poll that goes open around midnight. Speaking of midnight and into the early portion of Tuesday morning, technically, we're already peaking right now in this meteor shower. The next big meteor shower is happening right now, the peak of which it goes from September through November as Earth wanders through the stream of meteors. I believe that's from Halley's Comet. The clear skies tonight are going to be great for seeing conditions. This is not a huge meteor shower, 20 meteors per hour. That's about one every 3 minutes or so. So that's not a lot. And the moon rising out there in just a few minutes. So hopefully we'll get a good view of that. Look for the constellation Orion. Again, easy to find that 3-star belt pattern out there. One of the most recognizable constellations. Look toward the shoulder with the brightest star out there, the constellation Orion, the bright star Betelgeuse, and right to the top left of that is where the meteors will seem to emanate from. And again, you should be able to see some good meteors out there if you get yourselves away from city lights. Now, these meteors are fairly sustained. They do not just go and wink out. Some of these are very straightforward, almost fireballs to where they go across the sky almost. Some of them will be small. There's no question about that. But some of them will be very big, and you'll be able to see them. You might be able to capture them with a timed exposure on your camera. But this is a great opportunity to learn a little bit more about what's going on with the night sky. This is one of the more active meteor showers given the collection of them throughout the entire year. It's not huge like the Perseids It's not quite as big as the Lyrids, but at least it is one of the bigger meteor showers of the year, and a great opportunity to see more on this if you have the opportunity to go out and take a look at this after midnight tonight. It'll be peaking roughly within this latest 24 hours. It will diminish as we go toward November, so you're going to see less and less from the constellation of Orion, that area of radiant taking place there, but you will maybe see some more meteors over the next several days and weeks from this general area, so don't be surprised to see a meteor scooting around out there and being able to catch that. That would be really, really cool to take a look at. All right, I think I forgot the tropics. Let's zoom in here real quick and show you a little bit more. Oscar is still a tropical storm. It is now finally making its way off of eastern Cuba after playing havoc with their power supply there. It is now expected to launch itself into the western Atlantic. That little dot that you see right there, that is Bermuda, and that is the third or fourth close scrape of a tropical system this year. So I'm sure, while it's good for the rain collection system that they have, it's not good for the frayed nerves being right in the middle of the season. Add to which we've got about little less than a month and a half in hurricane season, so we're almost to the end of it. It's taking a while, I know, 6 months long, but it's that time of year to where we need to watch out. And we are only at the O storm. We still have several names left to go on the chart, so we'll see what happens out there. It's been a decently above active season. Now, beyond Oscar, there is nothing else going on all the way out into the tropics. So very good news on that. Into around the rest of the Atlantic, not much of anything else going on tonight. Oscar is the only thing happening in the Gulf, the Caribbean, or the Atlantic, and that's it for right now, but that could change, so we'll be watching to see what else goes on there. We'll continue to see some very warm temperatures over the next several days, not record-breaking, but as we go into late October, it could be a very warm trick-or-treat time for the Halloweeners out there. We'll see how well that goes into the next few days, so stay tuned for more on that. Speaking of things spooky, it is that time of year. I apologize for not putting this on earlier, but again, had a whole bunch of other stuff happening, so wanted to make certain everybody was aware about this. Always nice to have some theater in the park, especially when the weather is nice. This is going to be no exception. ScenicCityShakespeare.org. They're putting on William Shakespeare's, I feel I should call it the Scottish play first for anybody out there who is that superstitious about things. The proper title, Macbeth. Fridays and Saturdays in October, performances at sunset at Greenway Farms. And then this weekend will be the last performance you can catch. I believe the tickets are totally free, so you can sign up for them online at their website here. But the Shakespeare forecast from Macbeth, Act 1, Scene 1, not seeing any problems like that. King Lear, blow winds and crack your cheeks. That's not going to be happening either. So it should be a very pleasant end to Shakespeare in the Park as they put on the Scottish play / Macbeth. Looking great as we go into Friday and Saturday. So if you'd like to go out there and have some fun and see what the last performance is like, last performances Friday and Saturday, here's a great opportunity. Again, tickets available, ScenicCityShakespeare.org if you'd like to drop by and take a little bit more of a look there. All right, that should just about do it for tonight. Let me make sure we've run through everything. Please remember that if you have not done so, mark this on your calendar. The National Weather Service the News 12 viewing area is covered over by 4 National Weather Service offices. Atlanta, back toward Huntsville, Alabama. The area around Nashville covers a part of our area up around Grundy County, and Morristown, Tennessee covers basically the lion's share of areas north and east of Chattanooga. That's how NOAA operates. Every single part of the country is subdivided into areas where the National Weather Service is responsible for each and every single county that we have in this country. including into Alaska, Hawaii, and other places as well. Well, this was canceled, this open house, which is not something the National Weather Service does that often. But the National Weather Service is rescheduling this. It was canceled because of Helene moving through, and part of the viewing area, part of the National Weather Service area that the National Weather Service covers in Morristown was affected pretty greatly by Hurricane Helene. So they were taking part in the storm surveys and everything else going on, and that was about 48 hours before the last open house was supposed to happen. Now it has been rescheduled for Saturday, November 2nd. Again, hopefully things remain decently quiet there. But for right now, again, this is going to be Saturday, November 2nd from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. More information on their website at weather.gov/MRX, or find out more on our website or our social media pages. A lot of people mistakenly think that the only thing that NOAA does is talk about climate change. That is not true. It is far from the truth. And a lot of people want to get rid of NOAA because they think NOAA talks about climate change too much. So they think that if we just get rid of NOAA, then we will have no reason to worry about climate change, because we will have zip-lipped part of the federal government to not talk about climate change anymore, even though it is happening, even though humans are partly to blame, mostly to blame for it. And again, this is something that is very important to take a look at. This is about public safety. Outreach to the community is something very important. Name me, according to the certain project out there that wants to get rid of NOAA and replace it with a private forecasting firm, name me one private forecasting firm that goes to this lengths to be able to get severe weather information and more about an open and honest idea about federal government to the public than NOAA and the National Weather Service under the United States Department of Commerce. There is not one private agency out there that does anything like what NOAA does. Not one. And that is one of the worst mistakes that people think that are embracing the idea of getting rid of NOAA completely and totally. It's a backwards view. It is completely and totally an inept idea, and it is something that any citizen of the United States that wants to see how their tax dollars are spent to keep us safe in this country. There's going to be a ton of events going on that you can witness yourself. You can talk to the meteorologist, the hydrologist, the specialist, the meteorologist in charge. You can ask them questions about what they do. Does NOAA talk about climate change? Yes, that is part of their charter to monitor the ocean and the atmosphere. That's what they do. That's what they have always done, and that's what they should be allowed to continue to do. The idea of this project, canceling NOAA, getting rid of it, is one of the stupidest ideas that I have ever heard of in my entire life. It is backwards. It is very Luddite in its origins, and it absolutely is one of the worst ideas any group has ever come up with in this country. I have no qualms saying that whatsoever. I believe that staunchly. I believe that there are better ways of doing things, and I think that the people who want to cancel NOAA really need to take a look at what they think they will accomplish. Politically, anything in the way of a partisan act, it does not benefit anybody. It does not even benefit the people whose own party wants to do this absolutely horrifically stupid thing. So again, if you'd like to see more, stop by, ask questions, be curious, be active, and ask about what is going on. That is the basis of science in general, to be curious about what is happening. So if you think all NOAA does is talk about climate change, here's your opportunity right here, golden opportunity right here in front of you. So stop by and take a look and find out more about what is going on there. Likewise, when it comes to severe weather safety, the Skywarn program, also operated by NOAA via the National Weather Service, the National Weather Service in Morristown holding a virtual spotter training course. If you can't make the in-person meetings, you can go to the meetings online and you can take the course and find out more about what is going on where it comes to how to stay safe during severe weather. Again, name me one private weather forecasting agency, online, brick and mortar, anything like that. Name me one that does something to this nature of making certain people stay safe, you can't do it. It's not possible. There is no such thing as Skywarn being taught and facilitated by our federal government under, again, NOAA, not happening anywhere else. So getting rid of this would be a capital mistake. And that is one more reason to take a look at what NOAA does and why it is so important. You want to take this course, head to their website, weather.gov/MRX, or you can go to our website, wdef.com/weather, scroll down beneath the forecast, and you can find out more about what NOAA does and how you can be a part of this to learn what goes on where NOAA is concerned. Excuse me. Okay, let's see. Tropics, Shakespeare, Skywarn, Open House, Meteor Shower, Weather 101. Tonight's topic, again, going back to what NOAA does. The National Weather Service in Nashville, which covers part of our viewing area, does a good job of offering this course. It's weather education for the public. You don't have to be a meteorologist to understand more about what is going on with the weather. So the National Weather Service in Nashville is offering their Weather 101 program, which you can take part in. Now, tonight's topic was, how does the National Weather Service perform their storm damage surveys? Again, for those of you who are a fan of the project to cancel NOAA, name me one private forecasting firm that does storm damage surveys the way the National Weather Service does them. I challenge you, because there is not one out there that does it to NOAA's extent and expertise. So tonight's topic was storm damage surveys. That will be coming up around again next week. Next week, Monday's topic, the next topic on the list is about hurricanes. These are online video webinars to where you can ask questions, to where you can learn more from the National Weather Service. There are several more topics. These are just the ones for the remnant of October. There are more coming up for November, and we'll bring more of these to you as we go throughout the course of the next several days and weeks. Your opportunity to take advantage, your tax dollars, my tax dollars at work, one more thing as to what NOAA does to keep us safe and informed. Again, if you're a fan of canceling NOAA due to what some project is telling you, think again, examine the evidence, take a good look at what is done by NOAA. Yes, they talk about climate change. That's part of what they do, studying the oceans and the atmosphere of our planet. But not one private agency does anything what NOAA does when it comes to safety, expertise, research, all kinds of things like that. So something else to take a look at when somebody says, we need to cancel NOAA, big three-letter question, WHY, or question mark, why do you want to do that? Because somebody told you to? Or because you think they're wasting your money? Find out more. Take the course. Get to the open house. Become a Skywarn spotter. Do any and all of these things to find out more about what NOAA does before somebody tries to bring up this stupid idea of canceling NOAA again into the course of the near future. This is monstrously idiotic for something like this to be even considered in our nation. This is just plain beyond reasoning stupid that people who come up with this idea would consider that the rest of the population is that stupid. Nobody should do that. The people that we talk to on a daily basis, the people that we talk to every single day, we do not consider anybody to be stupid on this. We bring you information so that you can learn, and everybody knows something that somebody else doesn't. So if you'd like to know more about what's going on, education is the name of the game. And if you want to stop somebody from making a horrific mistake in canceling NOAA, if a certain political party gets elected into the White House again, this is something to really consider for a scientific basis at the very least. So please take a look at what NOAA has to offer and learn more about what goes on from our federal government at the level of the National Weather Service. All right, I think that's it. I think we're going to go ahead and close things out for tonight. We've been on for just about a half an hour. Didn't think we had enough information to go that long, but it looks like we did for this evening. No check-ins on Twitch, and so far nobody checking in on YouTube, so good news on that for right now. So we'll go ahead and wrap it up for tonight. Again, anything in the way of questions, concerns, ideas, email me with the email address at the bottom portion of your screen. You can reach everybody through the News 12 website, bottom of your screen there at wdef.com/weather. 7-day forecast that you see in the lower left-hand corner of your screen, that's available at our website as well if you'd like to take a look around and see what's going on there. Beautiful fall weather will be continuing. We'll bring you updates on that again on our website, and of course myself on News 12 at 11, and Chip Chapman will be on early tomorrow morning starting at 5 a.m. So get a weather update from him as to what's going on across much of the area and around the rest of the world, the tropics, all that type stuff. Chip will have your forecast and a look at time saver traffic Tuesday morning at 5 a.m. So I think that'll do it for tonight. Live and direct from downtown Chattanooga, Tennessee, with a throat that is hopefully hanging on through tomorrow. I'm Chief Meteorologist Austin Donna. Keep it tuned to News 12 on air and online. We'll keep